I think what you guys do exceptionally well is correct lawyers' mistakes, because I think we can all agree that lawyers left to their own devices will just almost purposefully make mistakes. What's one thing that's exceedingly common that you'd like growing law firms to stop doing?
As a law firm owner, you are a business owner, right? So that is the truth. And I'm not the only one that says that. Great minds say that. It's because it's the truth. And so wherever your zone of genius is not, right? Like for me, could I do my own accounting? I guess, but I don't want to. So I'm going to outsource that to someone who understands all of that a lot better, can do it a lot faster. My time and energy is spent working my business. So I feel like as a law firm, as a business, if you are growing exponentially, you need a business strategist, some sort of fractional CFO. You need something like that. Then you need to bring someone like that in. If you do not know SEO, and frankly, most attorneys do not, just simply writing your thought leadership pieces for your website is not going to attract the Google bot. They don't understand what you're saying. So maybe outsource that. Whatever it is that is, whatever you as an attorney feel like you do not have an expertise in as a business owner, then you should be allowing someone else with that expertise, right? Doug, Jared, whoever, to come in and help you with that so that you can more effectively, practice the law.
I think that one of my biggest pet peeves about lawyers is kind of related to what Annette had to say, which is this general notion that they manage their law firms by the seat of their pants. They are just winging it like you wouldn't believe every day. Like if the general public knew how lawyers run their businesses, they would be absolutely shocked. Now, that might be true about a CPA, and that's big firms, that's small firms. It's crazy. It's crazy. So how do you solve that? I think the best way to solve that is to start looking at data about your law firm. Every lawyer I ask, they're like, yeah, I'm making a lot of money. Things seem to be going well. I'm assuming that's going to continue. Well, that's a pretty big assumption to make, honestly. And I've seen law firms collapse before, too. Or they're like, my staff seems to be doing pretty well. It's great. I don't even have to check up on them. Like, that's a bad idea. All of these are bad ideas. So I think when lawyers look at data, it's frightening to them because they're like, okay, big data is the thing I've heard about. Like Google's got all this information. Facebook's got all this information. It's impossible to manage. But as a law firm, let's say you have 300 clients. You've got a pretty decent sized corpus of data there that you can use. Financial data, personalized data about the clients, information about the cases you take on. And the great thing is that the software lawyers are using now, productivity softwares like case management softwares, customer relationship management softwares, the reporting is better than it's ever been. And it's more accessible than it's ever been because there are dashboards that you can muster now, so you don't have to read a wall of text for everything. So wouldn't it be good to know at a baseline level, I don't know, that your revenue is trending up as you think it is rather than down? Wouldn't it be good to know if all your referrals are coming 80% from one place? So I've seen law firms crash and burn like that too. They've got one referral source. That referral source walks away, they're in trouble. But all this stuff is available to know. And it's like lawyers are sticking their head in the sand because they don't want to think about it. So this is kind of similar to what Annette was talking about, but I kind of take that to the level of these answers are available, but lawyers aren't accessing them. And I'm talking about lawyers that actually use the software as I'm talking about. So many lawyers adopted case management software during the pandemic, but they use it as a glorified time and billing product. Like, look at the data and figure out what the trends are in your firm. Because if you can master the trends, then you have the ability to generate more revenue and continue to generate revenue or spend more time with your family or whatever you want to do. But don't just wing it. I mean, business is about experimentation, but it should be about controlled experimentation in the sense that you have the information at your disposal to know what you probably should be doing. But most law firms don't even look at it. So that's my biggest issue with lawyers and has been for the last decade and a half.
I'd agree with that and what Annette said. And I see it when, clients are coming to me because they're frustrated about, they can't get their people to bill enough hours. They're not motivated, and you know, and so they need help with that, or they have built, to Annette's point, a firm that revolves around them as the hub of the wheel, and they don't know how to escape. And now they're in their 50s and are thinking about how do they scale back without having what they built implode. And for me, it is, in addition, is really just dropping this mindset of, well, this is the way I was managed coming up as a lawyer, not very well, admittedly, and that therefore I am frustrated, to be PG rated, that these people need something different. And the fact is that they've learned how to manage badly, and they're perpetuating that. And we use our law degree and our technical expertise and our IQ smarts as if it's enough, but it's not. We need to learn about how really to listen better, about how to communicate and manage people more effectively, how to listen without thinking about what you're going to say next. And what I've seen is that lawyers who are great at persuading and arguing in a very structured environment of a case or of a courtroom are really uncomfortable in the Wild West of managing employees, because there really are no rules. And they haven't, CLEs don't train you for that. They don't have the background in organizational development or leadership or any of those things, because those are soft skills that aren't valuable. So why would they bother learning them? And those who understand that if they can take concrete, and there are concrete steps to build and improve their emotional intelligence, to build and improve an engaged culture, and where people are really doing the work not just to bill the hours, but because they believe in the work, though that's how they're going to succeed. And that's what makes smaller firms who are more agile much more effective than the larger firms who are still beholden to the 27 partners who need to get their money out, and they won't let things change. So really recognizing the value of things they've always thought of as soft skills and investing and learning how to do it is essential, because the research shows that your EQ has a higher correlation to your success than your IQ.